For nearly a decade, America has known the Johnstons as the little family with the biggest heart. Week after week on TLC's 7 Little Johnstons, viewers tuned in to see Trent and Amber Johnston raise their 5 children: Jonah, Elizabeth, Anna, Alex, and Emma, while navigating the everyday joys and struggles of life with achondroplasia dwarfism. What began as a heartwarming look at parenting and perseverance slowly grew into something more profound, a multi-generational portrait of resilience. Yet the story unfolding in 2025 feels different. The laughter is still there, the affection still palpable, but the years have added weight. The Johnstons are no longer neatly wrapped in episodes of wholesome humor and lighthearted family drama. Their reality today is rawer, heavier, undeniably more human. From Amber's reinvention as a woman daring to embrace a new chapter, to Trent's alarming health revelations, to the children who have stepped into adulthood with both triumphs and complications, the family is confronting the kind of life-altering moments no reality script could ever plan. At its core, theirs is now the story of a family at a crossroads, bound together by love, but forced to face fractures, health scares, and the universal truth that growing up and growing older changes everything. When Amber Johnston took to Instagram on May 22nd with the words, "Sometimes growth means letting go of what's familiar," her followers immediately sensed something seismic. For years, Amber has been the matriarch, the steady, no-nonsense voice of reason who balanced motherhood, education, and the strange rhythms of life on television. That cryptic post signaled something more than a passing thought. Was she leaving TLC? Starting a business? Writing a book? Longtime fans knew her dreams extended far beyond the boundaries of her living room. For years, she has spoken at schools and conferences, championing inclusion and body positivity, never shying away from hard truths about parenting or disability. She has hinted at writing, at public speaking, at creating a platform of her own. Her message this spring was less a mystery than a declaration. She was ready to step into herself fully. Her personal reinvention coincided with a striking physical transformation. In 2025, Amber and Trent stunned their fans with photos that revealed dramatic weight loss and renewed energy. After years of carrying extra pounds born of stress and responsibility, they committed themselves to fitness and nutrition, meal prepping together, exercising regularly, and showing the power of consistency. Amber's social media became a mix of sweat-soaked gym selfies and captions urging her followers to choose change, one day, one decision at a time. But perhaps the most unexpected role she embraced was not motivator or influencer. It was grandmother. Elizabeth, affectionately known as Liz, welcomed her daughter, Leighton Drew, at the end of 2024. By early 2025, she faced the bittersweet reality of returning to work. The thought of leaving her baby in someone else's arms was almost unbearable. Yet Liz found comfort in knowing those arms belonged to her mother. Cameras captured the moment she whispered through tears, "It's the hardest thing in the world to walk away from your baby. But knowing she's in my mom's hands makes it a little easier." Amber's reply was pure her, firm, yet tender. "You've got this, and so do I. Leighton's gonna be just fine. We're gonna rock this." Suddenly, the woman who had long defined herself as a mother of 5 was discovering the deep joy of being Mimi, a role she stepped into with equal measures of experience and wonder. While Amber has been blooming in new ways, Trent has spent this year fighting battles that would shake anyone to their core. In January, he underwent an MRI after bouts of fatigue, memory lapses, and troubling mental fog. The results were sobering. His brain was shrinking at a rate usually seen in men 4 decades older. Doctors mentioned early-onset dementia. They mentioned multiple sclerosis. The tests kept coming, each one pressing the family to face possibilities they had never wanted to consider. Then, only weeks later, another diagnosis arrived: keratoconus, a degenerative condition warping his corneas and stealing the clarity of his vision. Reading, driving, even filming the show became uphill struggles. Special contact lenses offered temporary help, but whispers of a corneal transplant loomed. Through it all, Trent did what he always does, leaned on humor and grit. "This brain's not quitting yet," he joked online, even as his words carried an undercurrent of fear. Instead of retreating, he used his platform to remind men not to brush aside subtle symptoms, to seek care, to take their health seriously. Fans rallied around him, admiring his honesty and resilience. But inside the home, the realities of illness weighed heavy. His marriage to Amber, already tested by the demands of raising 5 children, entered new territory. The couple even poked fun at themselves in a TikTok that went viral, reenacting the chaos of trying to carve out intimacy amid 5 kids, endless chores, and constant interruptions. It was funny, yes, but Amber admitted later it came from truth. Being full-time parents while still trying to be a couple? It's something we have to work on every day, while Trent echoed her words with the candor of a man who has seen both joy and hardship. We love each other, no doubt. But love doesn't mean you don't have to put in the work, especially after 25 years, 5 kids, and all the chaos. If anything, their willingness to admit the cracks was proof of their strength. This same year brought one of the family's most emotional full-circle moments. TLC aired a special celebrating Trent and Amber's 25th wedding anniversary. Alongside toasts and laughter, the episode unveiled archival footage from Jonah's traumatic birth. Born prematurely, Jonah spent 6 harrowing weeks on life support, his parents watching helplessly as machines kept him alive. Every beat meant something. Every silence was scarier, Amber recalled through tears. Trent admitted, "We didn't get to hold him. We didn't get to kiss him. We just watched him disappear into a world of tubes and wires." Now, at 25, Jonah sat between them, strong and alive, proof of the resilience that shaped their entire family. "He made us parents," Amber said softly. "He made us fighters." If Jonah's journey has always been about survival, Elizabeth's is about transition. With baby Leighton in her arms and a relationship with Bryce navigating the pressures of early parenthood, Liz has stepped into adulthood with grace and grit. She has admitted to the guilt of leaving her baby, the strain of balancing career and motherhood, and the challenges of making a young relationship work under the weight of responsibility. Fans who once saw her as the bubbly teen with an infectious smile now witness a young mother wrestling with the most universal questions of all: how to provide, how to love, how to keep moving forward. But not all family stories have unfolded so smoothly. Anna's distance from her parents and siblings has become impossible to ignore. She missed graduations, skipped gatherings, and poured herself into her work, her pets, and her independence. For Trent, the absence was too much. In a season 16 trailer, he appeared on Anna's doorstep demanding answers. "How come you don't come around?" he asked. Anna tried to explain that some things were too difficult to share, but his blunt response, "A lot of stuff you're not going to open up when you're guilty and at fault," drove her from the room. Viewers were divided, some siding with Anna's desire for space, others defending Trent's frustration. What was undeniable was that the conflict revealed the fragile line between independence and obligation, a line every family must navigate, but few under the scrutiny of national television. Amidst these heavy storylines, Emma provided a glimmer of light. At 20, she shopped for her prom dress with her mother and siblings, trying on sparkling gowns that reflected her vibrant personality. She twirled in front of mirrors, laughed with her family, and teased fans with plans for a dramatic prom entrance alongside her date. For Amber, watching her youngest daughter prepare for this milestone was overwhelming. "My baby's all grown up," she whispered, wiping away tears. For fans who met Emma as a child adopted from China, seeing her blossom into a confident young woman was a reminder of just how far the family has come. And then there is Alex, the quiet anchor. Though his storylines often carry less drama, his role is no less vital. In a household defined by outsized personalities, medical battles, and emotional rifts, Alex has remained the steadying presence, the sibling who offers humor and stability when it is needed most. Where others show strength with volume, Alex proves it can be just as profound in silence. All of these threads will weave through season 16 of 7 Little Johnstons, which premieres in October. Viewers will see Amber's bold new direction, Trent's health struggles, Liz's tender journey into motherhood, Anna's painful distance, Emma's joyful milestones, and Alex's quiet steadiness. Yet many sense the show itself may not last forever. Amber's career pivot suggests she is preparing for life beyond TLC. Trent's health challenges may make filming more difficult. The children are carving out their own lives, less dependent on the cameras that once defined them. Still, whether or not the spotlight remains, the Johnstons' story has never truly belonged to television. In 2025, they are no longer just the little family America fell in love with. They are grandparents, young parents, estranged daughters, and steadfast sons. They are individuals fighting for health, for independence, for love, for transformation. As Amber herself said, motherhood never ends. It just transforms, so does family. And perhaps that is the legacy of the Johnstons, not perfection, but perseverance. Not tidy arcs, but honest ones.